Hello, my name is Myra. Welcome back to another video. So although we are currently in December, because the new year is around the corner, I figured I would talk about some of my 2026 anticipated releases. Now, some of these books are either continuing a series, some of these are brand new releases. So I do have a little bit of everything here, but just know I'm not going to have every single book releasing. I think that one of my favorite parts to do, or like one of my favorite things to do in December, is watching other people's anticipated new releases to kind of start building a little bit of a TBR for myself for the new year. Now, with that said, do I have books that I was supposed to read or that I wanted to read this year that I didn't get to that will now roll over to 2026? Yes, but these new releases I think can give you something to look forward to kind of add besides already what we all have in our TBRs, which we already know. It's not a secret that it's just never ending, which I feel like it's a good problem to have. You know, that just means that you have more options. So anyway, let's go ahead and start off with January. So the first one that I have on my list, and I have been waiting for this book since the first book dropped, and that is Marry Me Not by Gabrielle Sands. Gabrielle Sands is my favorite mafia author. I said it. I absolutely love every single one of her mafia universes that I've read. This book, Marry Me Not, is the second book in the House of Ferraro series, which is a brand new series. The beautiful thing about this is that if you read her 4 books and then her duet, you will get to eventually meet the characters that are in book 1 of House of Ferraro, and now this is going to be book 2. And this is a arranged marriage, but he is like broody, serious, does not want to get married, but now he has to because their father has passed away, so he has to step up and he has to get a wife. He doesn't want to. So I feel like it's arranged marriage, but he very much does not want a wife. And I don't know, I already know it's gonna be good. I cannot wait for this book to come out. I am going to be getting an arc of it, so I am very, very excited. But January cannot come soon enough for me because this book I'm going to devour. Last Crusade by Joe Segura. This again is coming out in January, and it has to do with a plucky librarian and an archaeologist. This is actually the 3rd book in this series. I've only read the first book, which had to do with 2 archaeologists that are rival archaeologists doing this, basically like looking for this buried city. I haven't read the second book, and now this is the 3rd book that is releasing in that series. So if you like archaeologists and stuff like that, you would definitely like this book. The Score by Leonor Solis. This is a childhood best friends to lovers, fake wedding, bucket list fun, and it's coming out in January 2026. Book 3 in the Wild Magic series is also releasing in January, and that is The Magic of Untamed Hearts by Raquel Vasquez Gilliand. After several years stuck as a ghost, Sky Flores learns to reconnect with the living again with the help of her handsome neighbor. Sounds intriguing, right? And then lastly in January, I have A Vow in Vengeance by Jacqueline Rodriguez. I actually was able to get the physical arc of this when I went to see Millet Con. This is a romantasy. I was able to get it signed. And honestly, I've heard nothing but great things. All the people that have read this book have said nothing but great things. And this just here says, deadly tarot, wicked schemes, dangerous alliances. Can you survive the forge? So yeah, this sounds really, really good. Oh, excuse me. Moving on to February, we have Carnival Fantastico by Angela Montoya. This is an unputdownable romantasy following a young woman posing as a fortune teller at a magical traveling carnival where the handsome boy who once broke her heart resurfaces and warns her that carnival is more sinister than it appears. And Now Back to You by B.K. Borison. If you have not read the first book in this heartstring series, which was First Time Caller, highly, highly recommend. If you listen to the audio, even better, because it's a radio host who's helping people find love, but he's kind of gotten discouraged with a lot of failed relationships, and the book basically picks up from there. And it's beautiful. I loved the audiobook. And Now Back to You, this is two competing meteorologists who are forced to find common ground in this opposites attract when Harry Met Sally inspired romance. So I actually have not watched When Harry Met Sally, but there's a lot of movies that apparently people say that I'm weird for not having watched. I'm sorry, but yes, I think a lot of people really like When Harry Met Sally. So again, and it's BK Boris, and everything that I've read by her I've loved, so I am excited about this. The Experimento by Maria J. Morillo. This says a woman enlists the help of her favorite musician to win her ex-boyfriend back in this sparkling romantic comedy set in Venezuela, and this is a debut author, so again, let's support. Also, I mean, you know, the fact that you're getting somebody to try to get your ex, but then it's like, what if you end up falling for somebody and then you realize that your ex is actually like trash? I think that's where this is gonna go, but don't quote me on that. I don't know. I'm just guessing here, guys. I'm just guessing. Also, we have Cleopatra by Sarah El Arifi. I'm so sorry if I said the name wrong, but I've always loved Cleopatra. Ever since I was younger. If you go to school here in the US, I feel like almost every elementary school does this at like 5th or 6th grade level. But you learn about the Egyptians and pyramids, and usually you have projects and stuff like that, and I've always loved Cleopatra. And this is what it says: you know my name, but you do not know me. Your historians call me seductress, but I was always in love's thrall. Your playwrights speak of my witchcraft, but I was gifted my talents by the gods. Your poets sing of my bloodlust, but I was protecting my children. They cannot credit that a mere woman would be powerful, could be powerful, strategic, divinely blessed to rule. Death will silence me no longer. This is not the story of how I died, but how I lived. Chills. Literally chills. And you have what's the 5th book in the Baker Oak series, which is The Hope Once Lost by Amber Cordova. I actually have not read this series at all, and it looks like there's not even a blurb yet, but the cover just looks intriguing. I mean, they're clearly surrounded by books. She's on like the ladder that they have for those shelves, which honestly, that is like my dream home library, is to have one of those libraries that has like that little wooden ladder that you can like slide around and like just kind of looking around. And I don't know, I dream of that. I dream of it. Monster series, which is coming out, and that is Loved by the Gargoyle by Alira Anaya Ceres. I did read the first book, which was Stolen by the Gargoyle. And it's a quick read. It's a monster romance, and the men are so innocent that they don't know anything, and they just think like, wait, I just want to please you, like I just want you to be happy. And who doesn't want a man like that? I mean, sign me up. I'll be there. My last release here for February is Air of Illusion by Madeline Taylor. I also got the physical arc of this at Steamy Lit. I was able to get it signed, and actually, oh, I forgot I had this. I have the artwork. Okay, let me just show you, okay? First of all, this is our heroine, which kind of reminds me of the author, because the author is also a redhead, just FYI. This is our hero. Okay, hot, hot, hot. Okay, look at this picture. Okay, also this here. We love a winged hero. I have this here. So I think he's gonna have like shadow magic or something like that. I mean, she is gorgeous. Also, I want that red dress or top. I think it's a dress, but she looks hot. She looks great. Look at this. Do I need to tell you more? I believe that this book has been released before, but she just now got picked up traditionally published, because there are ratings on Goodreads. I think there's like 5,000 or something ratings. So yeah, and it says, she is not the pet they tamed, she is the beast they let inside. I know I have it and I haven't read it yet, but I will be reading this in January. This is on my January TBR. Moving on to March, we have Game On by Navessa Allen. If you don't know, this is the 3rd book. The first book was Lights Out. The second book was Caught Up. Caught Up had a little bit more of like mafia vibes. I am curious as to what's going to happen with Game On. All I know here is that it says the game is on for these enemies to lovers with laugh out loud banter, which is true about her other 2 books as well, and scorching hot brat play. We have The Bridge Back to You by Reese M. Nielsen. I read a book by Reese M. Nielsen this summer. I forgot what it's called, but I have it in like a wrap up somewhere. It's beautiful, sunflower yellow cover. Loved it. And this one, it just says, exes discover that they've both inherited the restaurant they love and this sparkling, emotional new novel. And that is something that her books definitely have, is that they definitely tug at your heartstrings. So I feel like this is perfect for March, you know? It's like you're not fully in like winter. It's kind of becoming spring now, so it's something a little bit more emotional might be better to like handle. I don't know. That's kind of my logic here. The Starter X by Mia Sosa. And this says, meet Vanessa Cordero, a cynic with a colorful past. You see, in college, Vanessa devised a profitable side gig. For a reasonable fee, she would date your latest crush and make his life miserable. Too clingy, check, jealous, a mother's worst nightmare. By the time that Vanessa was done with him, your guy would be ready for you. So she's kind of making the guy be like, oh my God, this person is way better because she is so horrible. Oh, she's gonna end up falling for this client's partner. Ooh, that sounds messy. This actually sounds super messy, which means that it sounds really, really good. Does that make me toxic? I hope not. If We Never End, this is a YA romance, but it says a girl winds an enchanted watch and a boy appears who has no idea who he is or how he died. That also sounds really emotional. It makes me a little bit scared, but also excited. Oh, another anticipated release here for April, and that is Rights of the Starling by Devney Perry. I don't know if you guys read Shield of Sparrows, but I was obsessed with Shield of Sparrows. Whenever I wasn't listening to the book, and at times when I was home, I would like listen and like physically read it, like immersive reading or whatever, but I was obsessed with it. This was like the type of book that I wanted, like I was constantly thinking about when I wasn't reading it. And when I was listening to it, and like if my boyfriend tried talking to me, I would be like, yes, can I help you? Not to be mean, but it's like, dude, I have my headphones on. Like I am in this book. Like, anyway. So Rights of the Starling is, I think, picking up right where the second book left off, and it was a huge cliffhanger, okay? But basically, a little bit about the first book is you have this princess who is in this kingdom, obviously, and her dad is the king. He is bartering an alliance with another kingdom, and so he's gonna marry off his oldest daughter. And the day that the prince comes to basically collect and marry the oldest daughter, he tells the king, actually, I don't want to marry that daughter, I want to marry that one. And the younger sister, well, she's technically the older sister, but she's not the one that has been like mentally and like physically and everything getting prepared to marry. And by physically, I mean like fight training and espionage, because it turns out that their dad had this ulterior motive for having the daughter marry into this kingdom. But now this other sister is like, wait, I have no idea. Like I'm literally going in blind. And the king is like, no, we said that you were gonna marry this daughter. And he's like, well, what's the problem with me marrying the other one? And it is crazy, and it's fun, and she is strong-willed, and it's a roller coaster, and it is crazy, and it's funny and witty, and I loved it. I was obsessed with it. So this book in April, that is a priority TBR. More Like Enemigas by Stephanie Hope. This says, one wedding, two rivals, and a whole lot of secrets. Complicated but undeniable connection, love, loyalty, talking about family. It just sounds interesting. And I think that this is obviously more like Enemigas. Enemigas is enemies. So I think it's enemies to lovers. I'm pretty sure we can kind of gather that. I just really like this cover. So this is the third book in the Undone series by Peyton Corinne, and this is Unbound. So this is a new, it says a new angsty, sexy, emotional, lyrical romance that follows a college couple through first love, heartbreak, and the struggle to come together again. So I think that this is a second chance romance. And Peyton Corinne was at Simulit, and I meant to go to her table, and I completely blacked out and didn't. And I kind of want to like smack myself for not having done it, but story of my life. All right, moving on to May. Fury Bound by Sable Sorensen. I have not read the first book, Direbound. Direbound is on my 10 before the end for this year. Probably won't get around to it. I'm gonna try, but no guarantees. And Fury Bound is supposed to be the second one. I know that there's wolves. I'm assuming that there's like fated mates. This one just says that it's a sequel, obviously. And I just see here something about, is she willing to sacrifice her soul and heart to seize her destiny? Fate will be tested, blood will spill, bonds will break. I've heard nothing but great things about Direbound, so I cannot wait to read this book. Our Perfect Storm by Carly Fortune. I actually have only read One Golden Summer by her. Absolutely loved it. 5 stars. I didn't even know there was a book before that, but I honestly have no interest in reading that book. I know people talk about their love and their this and their that. I don't care for it. I mean, maybe at some point I'll read it, so maybe I shouldn't say I don't care for it, but One Golden Summer, I absolutely loved it. And this one, it just said, Frankie and George have been best friends since they were 8 years old, both passionate, impulsive, and headstrong. Sounds like me. They've always clashed and come back together until now. It's the eve of Frankie's wedding weekend and she doesn't know where they stand or even if George will show up as her best man. Oh my God, is he gonna stop the wedding? Anyway, I'm not gonna keep reading, but May. The last one here that I have for May is one that I actually just saw this morning and I was like, ooh, screenshot, I wanna read this. And that is Out of Her League by Ava Rani. This is a surgeon and a footballer. She needs a +1. It's a destination wedding in France. Ooh la la. Only one bed and Roy Kent grumpy, but Jamie Tart funny. I don't know what that means, but sounds interesting. Moving on to June, The Summer Girlfriend by Christina Forrest. First of all, this cover looks absolutely beautiful. I feel like that's how I picture me and my boyfriend in Hawaii, I swear to God. But we've gone to Hawaii for the past 4 years. I don't know that we're gonna go in 2026. We might go on like a short trip. But anyway, a stand-in girlfriend and a handsome business heir find that their fake summer fling is feeling way too real in this new romance by USA bestselling author Christina Forrest. It's perfect. It's in June. This is perfect. Perfect summer material right here. Also, The Misconnection by Tia Williams. I want to read the 7 Days in June. I have not read that book. I really want to. I did read her other book. Oh my God, what is it called? What is it called? A Love Song for Ricky Wilde. 5 stars. 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. It was magical. Listen to the audiobook. Highly recommend. I just know that this one, it says it's a tale about a woman searching for her handsome seatmate on a European flight and the unexpected places her hunt for love leads her. So I think that this is like a, obviously based on what I just read, they meet on a flight and then they don't exchange information, but then I think that she ends up like posting about it, but she kind of spreads it too wide. So then now everybody's looking for this guy to try to like get them to reconnect and see if they fall in love and something happens. The Someday Garden by Ashley Poston. She's the author of The 7-Year Slip. Absolutely loved it. I read a novel love story, very emotional, very sad, but I did like it. I did really like it. And now The Someday Garden by her. This says the new head gardener at the enchanting Lilymore house stumbles upon a secret garden with a mysterious man trapped inside. Ooh, okay. She falls in love, a door appears, never in the same place twice. So her books always have like magical elements to it. So it's not full fantasy, but there's always like magical elements to it. So they're kind of contemporary magical realism. I don't know what other category it goes into, but it sounds really good and I definitely want to read it. Lastly, here in June, I have Harvest Season by Brynne Weaver. I haven't read the first book. This is the second book in this new trilogy of hers, but if you've read Butcher and Blackbird, stuff like that, I think that this is similar vibes. Taurus Season, that's the first book. So Butcher and Blackbird, Leather and Lark, and Scythe and Sparrow are from her other trilogy. This is the second book in her trilogy, Taurus Season being the first one, and then Harvest Season being the second one. So I think that they just unalive people, but her books tend to be kind of like funny, like a little bit darker funny, but funny. Surprisingly, I don't have any books for July just yet. For August, I do have one. I mean, look at this cover. Just look at it. First of all, the cover is already what like captured me. I was like, oh my God, this sounds so good. But let me tell you what this book is about. It says a girl's girl influencer gets a serious reality check when she discovers that she's fallen for her best friend's boyfriend in this forbidden friends to lovers romance. So it looks like she kind of becomes friends with somebody online, and like it's not flirty per se. I don't know. I don't think. But then when she ends up meeting this person, it turns out that he has a girlfriend and it's her best friend. So again, it's another book that just, it sounds really messy, but it sounds good. And then I have 3 books that don't have a set date yet, but they will be releasing in 2026. The first one, and they don't have a cover either, is The End of Us by Sandra Proudman. So this is a YA dystopian dual POV romance that's going to come out in the fall of 2026. It follows 2 Latinx teens as they are split apart and pulled back together after one of them wins a spot in a coveted safe haven built for and ran by the elite. That sounds really, really good. There's one that I saw and it's To Steal a Thief. It says that it's like Thief Chronicles series. The first book is going to come out and I have no idea what it's about, but I think that this is a re-release. And then lastly, Isabel Cañas is going to be releasing a book in fall of 2026, and that is The House of Gardenias. I don't know what it's going to be about. It might be creepy, might be scary, no idea. But yes. Now, I know that I just threw a bunch of books at you, but just know that you do not have to read every single book as soon as it comes out. If a book releases in January 2026 and you don't get to it until February 2027, that's okay. I just wanted to kind of help you if you are looking for books to kind of keep on your radar or to add to your reading journal as potential books for 2026. Hopefully this will be something to help you, but I do not want to stress you out with the number of books that I just threw at you. Books are releasing every day. Like literally, I feel like I hear about at least like 3 or 4 new books a day. So it's fine, it's okay. This is for fun, right? So anyway, let me know if you have any other anticipated 2026 releases that you have not seen other people talk about, or any books that I didn't mention that you think sound really, really good. Please let me know, because I will be happy to add it to my TBR. And if you are also going to be checking out any of these books, please let me know which ones, because I'm always interested in seeing what other people are reading. I guess I'm a chismosa like that. But anyway, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.